Good morning, students. Myself, Sheikh Irshad. Today, we are going to study income from salary in direct taxation for TY BCom Sem 5th and MCom Part 2, Semester 3. Lesson number 4, Salary, Section 15 to Section 17. What is salary? Salary means fixed payment made periodically as a compensation for a regular service. If you are working for an employer, you get a salary. It covers wages paid for manual worker, salary paid for clerical jobs, and remuneration paid to executive and manager. Who is taxable? There should be employer and employee. Relationship should be there. Boss and worker relation should be there. There should be a boss and there should be a worker. What is included in salary? According to section 17, subsection 1, salary include wages and salary, advance salary, annuity or pension, gratuity, fees and commission, and perquisites. Along this, profit in lieu of salary. This is the dream. Everybody feel there should be a good package. Now we'll see the format. Computation of income from salary. There should be a name of the assessee, previous year, assessment year, and status. Let me see a point number 1, salary. Gross is always equals to net plus deduction. Whatever we are cutting from salary should be add. Deemed salary should be taxable. Advance or arrear received should also be taxable. Number 2, allowances. Allowances means facilities. DA allowances, entertainment allowances, leave travel allowances, and house rent allowances. These are the allowances which we give to worker. Now you can see DA allowances. DA allowances means extra payment which is given to worker when there is an inflation in the market. Sometime we give house rent allowances. Boss give rented house to the employee and he pay charges for that. Sometime boss give a leave travel allowances under section 10 subsection 5. Means you can at least go for a holiday and whatever the expenses will be there, boss will be paid, means traveling expenses. Once in a month or once in a week, boss also give entertainment allowances where you can see a movie or you can go to an amusement park. Next, pension. Annuity less exempt under section 10 subsection 13. Number 4, we have a pension. There is a two type of pension. One, uncommuted pension, which we get monthly. Pension means it is an amount which given to a worker after retirement. So that is, if you get a monthly pension, it is uncommuted and it will be taxable for everybody, whether it is a private or whether it is a government employee. Number 2 is a commuted pension. Commuted pension means lump sum payment which you get after retirement. We have an exemption for this under section 10 subsection 10A. Number 1, if government employee receive a pension, it is fully exempt. But if non-government employee receive a pension, then exemption will be as follow. If you receive pension with gratuity, what I say, if you receive pension with gratuity, then 1/3 of full commuted value will be exempt. They will calculate the amount and 1/3 will cut. if without gratuity, if you receive a pension without gratuity, then half of the full commuted value will be exempt. Means whatever commuted pension will be there 100%, in that half will cut it. Next, gratuity. Gratuity is also exempt under section 10 subsection 10. If I am a government employee, then full gratuity amount will be exempt, fully exempt. But if I am a private employee, then there are two conditions. Number one, employee covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act. If is covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act, then exemption will be 1. Salary per month multiply by 15 upon 26 multiply by completed year of service. Number 2, max limit is 20 lakh. Number 3, gratuity actually received. A, B and C. Whatever amount will get, in that whichever is lower, that will be exempt. That is least of the following. Whichever will be lower after calculation from A, B and C will be exempt. This is my first condition, that is Payment of Gratuity Act. Second, if employee is not covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act, if is not covered, then least of the following. What is the exemption? Number 1, average salary of last 10 months multiply by half multiply by number of year of service. B, max limit 20 lakh. C, gratuity actually received. That means out of A, B and C, whichever is lower after calculation will be exempt under employee not covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act. Next, fees and commission. Whatever commission on sales, purchase, that will be fully taxable. Perquisite taxable for all employee. Perquisite means extra amount which employee received from the boss. Number 1, rent-free accommodation, taxable. Concession in rent, taxable. Payment of employee obligation, light bill, gas bill, water bill, house tax, if it is paid by employer, that is boss, for employee, then it will be taxable. LIC premium of employee, taxable. Interest free loan and transfer of property given by boss to employee, taxable. Suppose boss has given a car to employee, taxable. Loan he has given which is interest free, taxable. Next, perquisite not taxable for all employee. Okay, it will not be taxable. Number A, medical treatment in employer hospital, exempt. Medical treatment in government hospital, exempt. Premium on employee health insurance, exempt. Premium on Mediclaim insurance, exempt. Medical treatment, travel and stay abroad, that will be exempt. These are the perquisite which are fully exempt. These are the perquisite which is fully exempt. See the diagram I have made. Employee benefit, then valuation of perquisite in respect of medical facilities. Okay, these are the benefit which employee get. Now, profit in lieu of salary. Sometime what happen कि by mistakenly we terminate the employee. So boss have to give a compensation that will be taxable. Sometime we modify the terms of employment. Okay, we change the terms of employment. Then if boss give compensation, then taxable. Sometime employer contribution to provident fund and interest will be taxable. Key man insurance policy will also be a taxable, less exempt or spent on compensation. Whatever we spend, that will be exempt. Next, leave encashment. If boss encash your leave of his employee, what I'm saying, if boss encash your leave, so it will be taxable under section 10 subsection 10 double A. Okay, this will be a exempt section also. Number one, if I'm a government employee, it will be fully exempt. Okay, if I'm a government employee, it will be fully exempt. If I'm a non-government employee, then exemption will be as follow. Whatever the exemption, encashment of earned leave at the rate 30 days per annum, 10 multiplied by average salary of last 10 months, maximum limit 3 lakh, and actually received. That means from A, B, C, D, whatever the amount we receive will be exempt. Whichever is lower, that will be exempt. Now, finally, we'll get a gross taxable salary when we'll add all the serial number from 1 to 9. Then less deduction under section 16. Number 1, standard deduction. For the student of this year, it is 50,000, that is 2021 student. And if student belongs to year 2019 and 20, they have a deduction of 40,000 rupees. Okay, 2019 and student will have a deduction of 40,000. Number 1. Number 2, professional tax will be deducted. Number 3, entertainment allowances will be deducted. But very important, entertainment allowances is deducted only to government employee. This facility is given to only government employee. How? That is least of the following. A, 1/5 of basic salary. B, maximum limit. C, actual allowances. That is A, B, and C. Whichever the amount is lower will be given a exemption to government employee. Okay, we have to remember that is deduction under section 16. They have a 3 deductions: standard deduction, professional tax, and entertainment allowances. After cutting this, you get a net taxable salary, that is gross minus deduction. Okay, this completed your format. Now, very important, we have some section. Gratuity, it will be under section 10(10). Leave travel allowances under section 10(5). Pension under section 10 subsection 10A. Encashment of leave salary will be section 10 subsection 10 double A. Retrenchment compensation under section 10 subsection 10B. This is very important. Okay, you have to study this. In addition to this is retrenchment compensation under section 10 subsection 10B. Sometime boss remove you from the job. Okay, so if you are government employee, whatever compensation you receive, it will be fully exempt. But if you are non-government employee, the least of the following. Number 1, average salary multiply by 15 divided by 26 multiply by completed year of services. One thing important, that average salary of 3 years should be considered. Next, maximum limit 5 lakh rupees. Last actually received. So from A, B, and C, whichever is lower. Whichever will be lower, it will be exempt under section 10, subsection 10b. Okay. Last, house rent allowances under section 10, subsection 13a. It is for MCOM student. See the calculation. HRA received A, rent paid B, salary should be basic plus DA plus commission plus bonus. It will be C. Now exemption for this is least of the following. What is the least? Number 1, HRA received. Number 2, B minus 10% of C. What is B? Rent. 10% of C is your salary. Whatever the amount will be there, it will be in the point number 2. Number 3, 40% or 50% of C. Means whatever salary will be there, for that we'll take 40% or 50%. After doing calculation of 1, 2 and 3, whichever will be lower will be exempted. Now one thing you will ask, sir, what is 40% and 50%? Number 1, 50% if house is at Mumbai, Calcutta, Delhi or Chennai. If your house is at these 4 places, it will be a 50% reduction. And if in other places, it will be a 40% reduction. Now important allowances and pension. For children education allowances, there is an exemption of 100 rupees per month per child up to 2 children. That means you get an exemption of 100 rupees. For children hostel expenses allowances, you get exemption of 300 rupees per month per child up to 12 children, 2 children. Same way, you get a transport allowances for traveling from home to office if you are blind, deaf, dumb or handicapped. If out of this 3 is there, so you get an exemption of 3,200 per month. Last, pension to Glentree Award winner under section 10, subsection 18. If you receive Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Veer Chakra or any such award from central and state government, it will be fully exempt. Thank you everybody. Please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you everybody.